So I would like to thank everyone who showed up in support yesterday at the Galway Sister Rally for saving Bessborough House, and of course for everyone who went to the rally in Cork. I would just like to share some reflections from the Galway rally yesterday, just kind of 3 stories that I think really reflect the situation. So first, for the most part, everyone was very respectful, aside from 1 or 2 individuals, one of whom asked, how much would it cost to excavate the grounds? To which I would like to say, how much does your soul cost? The Irish government spends billions on engoldening, essentially, infrastructure that deputies and senators essentially can only use, and is selling Ireland over to vulture funds and data centres, but refuses to be accountable for its own history and its own sins. Second, there was a woman who said that she disagreed with us that the apartments should be built, but that she believed that all of the babies were in heaven being looked after by God. And content warning here, because I'm going to use some incredibly apathetic language. I do not believe any survivors actually need to listen to this part. But per church teaching, the church that orchestrated this, those babies are likely not in heaven, because the majority of those babies were buried in unconsecrated grounds, unbaptized. This was done specifically by a church that created those rules for how babies get into heaven, and then determined that these babies were not born equal, and that they therefore did not deserve to get into heaven. That is where these babies are buried. That is the situation these babies are in. Now, once again, I clarify, I do not believe this. I believe that if there is an afterlife, I do not believe that any god would deny those babies into heaven. But the nuns and priests who buried these babies did. And finally, one of the people there yesterday who did not stop, but was incredibly respectful, was a priest. He was dressed all in black, except for a yellow knit sweater draped across his shoulders. Now, he didn't stop, he didn't speak to us, but he slowed down as much as he could without stopping, looked at each one of our signs, read them, made eye contact with us, and nodded very gently. And not one of us could see that as anything but support. And if the priest is seeing that now, I would like to say thank you. Your presence was seen and it was appreciated by survivors. Thank you.